Welcome back to a breaking news edition of Cord Cutting today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, Netflix officially buying Warner Bros. Discovery. Now, the auction is done. They've announced the deal, and it's going to have to take a while to actually close, though. But they've agreed on a deal for $82.7 billion. They face potential regulatory approval issues from a Trump White House has expressed objections to this, and Paramount, who has made it pretty clear they're unhappy about this deal. So what does that all mean? Where's this all going? We're going to break it down at corecarsnews.com and right here for you real quick. First, though, you can find a link over to corecarsnews.com to read this story for yourself. Come up with your own opinion as I'm about to give you mine. And if you like what we do here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Or, hey, this was first broken on our, or for us, we first reported over on our social media, on Facebook and on X. And I even posted a short video there earlier today. So make sure to check that out. Follow me at X for short little daily videos every morning with a quick recap of what's happening. All right, let's dive into it. Netflix and Warner Bros. Discovery have officially announced a deal for the HBO brand, HBO Max, the studios that make movies and television shows. And I'm sure there's other smaller assets included with this. What is not included is the cable networks, which include TNT, TBS, CNN, etc., are not included in this deal. Now, with this, the deal says that Warner Bros. Discovery will complete its spinoff of its cable networks into an independent company early next year, and then they anticipate sometime in the second half of 2026 into early 2027 for this to close. Now, there's a lot to go into getting that closed. First of all, the Trump administration has expressed clear objections to this potential merger. Of all the potential options, Comcast and Paramount, Netflix was the one they were objecting to for antitrust rules. Now, a lot of teeth have been taken out of the FTC in recent years. With the Time Warner, interestingly enough, also Warner Bros. Discovery, merger with AT&T. Remember, that was attempted to be blocked by the Department of Justice, the DOJ. They went to court. AT&T went to court and won. I sometimes wonder if AT&T regrets going to court and winning that. But since they won that, it has resulted in basically Netflix having a good precedent for them to close this deal in court and say, well, you allowed the AT&T deal. This is a smaller deal, because if you think about it, no cable networks in this with it, and they're a smaller media company. Remember back then, DirecTV, well, maybe not smaller, but DirecTV was owned by AT&T back then, plus they were a phone company, to get this deal pushed through courts if they have to. But there's other potential legal issues. Paramount has been very vocal this week that they're unhappy with how this deal went down. They thought that Netflix gave, Warner Bros. Discovery gave Netflix preferential treatment in this and was favoring their deal. They've also threatened to go hostile takeover and try to buy as much stock in the voting category as they could to get 51% of the voting stock, and then, first of all, vote to block this deal, and second, vote themselves as the winner of the owners of Warner Bros. Discovery. They wanted everything, including, I think, the cable networks, according to reports. I don't think they're completely done. Comcast is also in trouble. Comcast has not had great numbers. They're losing Comcast internet subscribers and TV subscribers. Now, if you know me for a while, you know I've said, watch that. You know, for years and years and years, it was all said, oh, Comcast will just make up the money on cord cutting by getting the internet customers to pay more. Well, now there's things like 5G home internet, new fiber options, and more. I have multiple options, 2 fiber options, Comcast here where I live. I also have Starlink and T-Mobile 5G home internet, Verizon 5G home internet. I don't know about AT&T. I've never checked that. Probably should. But with that, it comes down to the fact that there are a lot of potential issues blocking this deal. And if they're going to block this deal, what does that mean for the future of these companies? If they fail to block this deal, are Comcast and Paramount about to merge? They got to merge with somebody. Both companies are facing real pressure. Paramount is the smallest of the big movie studios, and they're facing the pressure of cord cutting and trying to make Paramount Plus profitable and keep it profitable. Comcast is facing losing cable and television subscribers, and that's not looking good for them. And they got a lot of pressure on them. And Warner Brothers Discovery was seen as a way to make that, those issues go away. Now that's not done. I would not be surprised if we see a merger between Paramount and Comcast. There had already reportedly been talks to create a third-party company and put their streaming services, Paramount Plus and Peacock, into a independent company that would be run by Comcast, I believe it was, or at least have a joint leadership, and then merge those two services into a single streaming service, as Peacock has struggled to attract subscribers and Paramount has struggled to maintain profitability. We'll have to see what happens here. I don't think we're done with mergers. I think this is going to tick off a massive set of mergers happening in the world of television and create a lot of problems with it. We'll watch this closely, but I really do think this is going to go through. I think the DOJ is going to try to block it. If Netflix has the aggressive will to go to court after AT&T successfully bought Time Warner with objections from the DOJ and won in court, I can't imagine, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm just a reporter telling you my opinion from what other people have told me, I can't imagine them not winning this deal. We'll have to watch it closely and see what happens, but it's definitely a interesting case here. I am actually more interested in what Paramount may try to do than what I am and what the DOJ may try to do, though it could drag this out and make it end up being well into 2027 before we see the two sides merge. So leave me a comment. What do you think? Netflix buying Warner Bros. Discovery? Would you rather have had Paramount or Comcast buy it? What do you think? HBO is now or will be a Netflix exclusive there. And what do you think about all that? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about all these stories and news. Who did you want to win? Who did you not want to win? And HBO merging into Netflix? Potential price hikes are definitely something people are going to be thinking a lot about. But with all that, leave me a comment. Let me know. It's been a crazy morning. It started really early with early reports late last night of this happening, and now it becoming confirmed to be a reality. Well, until next time, take care, be safe. I'm going to be covering the world of cord cutting probably a little extra this weekend. Not only this breaking news, but I got Q&A coming up this weekend, and who knows what's happening between now and Monday. So make sure to watch us over at Cord Cars News. Follow us on X. We've really been posting a lot there, a lot of videos there, and on Facebook. Little short clips of me giving quick updates as things really happen. Until next time, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you all again real soon.